Hey there, it's Rhonda with Blind Awakening Art, and welcome to my channel. So today you guys get to see me screw up a totally good bloom. Yeah, you have to stay to the end to see what I'm talking about, but trust me, I screwed it up. So I'm working on a 12 by 12 canvas today. You saw me put down my pillow paint and just kind of push that out to the edges. All of the tube paints that I'm using today are created with Arteza brand paint. They are all custom colors, so I can't give you an exact color. This first one is just kind of a bright pink color. I'm pretty sure I used neon pink and maybe rose. I'm not for sure. This second color is a pigment, and this is a custom pigment as well. It turned out to be kind of a rose gold. It's a really pretty color, but I don't remember what brand of pigment I used or how I created that. This one, in the camera, doesn't really show the true color. This is really darker than what it looks on camera. It's really kind of a burgundy wine color. Again, really pretty in contrast to the other lighter shades that I was using. This one, however, I can tell you what this is. This is TLP Sangria, and this is one of my favorite pigments to use. It's kind of, again, a burgundy wine sangria that color shifts to purple and a little hint of gold in there too. Beautiful, beautiful color, and I use it quite often. So I'm just trying to tilt that kind of back to the center. My spinner table wasn't quite level. This is just a light, kind of a sky blue color. Again, it's a custom color, so I don't remember what I mixed with it. I kind of wing it when I mix custom colors. I just go for whatever it is I'm looking for, and I should write it down, so that I can make it exactly again, but yeah, my bad, I don't. This one is a really pretty blue. It's almost like a denim blue color. A little gray undertone in there, dusty blue. I don't know. I don't even know what to call it, but it's a really pretty color, and it's a little bit darker in real life than what it looks on camera as well. That one was kind of thick. And my cup was so full, I was struggling to thin it down because there was no more room in my cup. Now I'm going to put down my cell activator, and this is Amsterdam Oxide Black mixed with Australian Floetrol, and my ratio is about 3-to-1 Australian Floetrol to Amsterdam Oxide Black. And I am going to double date on the cell activator. I think I must have a little bubble or something going on in there. I don't know. Looks like I'm using a toothpick to pop some bubbles. So, get that out of the way. Let me see. Oh. Okay, so I hadn't put down my Oxide Black cell activator yet, but here we go with the Oxide Black cell activator. And because this is a 12 by 12 canvas and not a tile like I usually bloom on, it takes a little bit more paint. Now we're going to double date on the cell activator, so I'm going to put a little white cell activator on top of that, and that is Amsterdam Titanium White mixed with Australian Floetrol. Same ratio, 3-to-1. When you put down multiple cell activators, the one that you put down first is the one that's going to stay more in the center. So the black cell activator is going to more create cells. The white cell activator is going to create more lacing. So I wanted my cells to stay in the center. Now, I'm going to blow this out with a blow dryer, and I'm going to tell you, the blow dryer and we have kind of a love-hate relationship. So sometimes, it's good, sometimes it's not. So I have my setting on low, and I also have it on cool. So it's going to be kind of a slow process with that low setting, because these paints are thick, versus when I do a Dutch pour with the blow dryer, my paints are much thinner, and so they move a lot faster. But I want to go slow with this one, because I really want to try to create kind of a flower-shaped design when I'm blowing. And I want to try to be really careful that I don't blow too straight down and blow all the way through to my pillow paint, because the idea here is that you want to hold the blow dryer at an angle, so that you're blowing the cell activator across the colors and not down into the colors. So we're just going to try to fill in some of the gaps here a little bit till we get the design that we're looking for. And there we go. Nice. I was super, super happy with this. I've got to blow it out just a little bit. There's a couple little spots that I felt like were not quite even, and I'm one of those people, a little bit OCD, that I like to have things symmetrical. But, and I want to try to keep a little bit of negative space in the corners on this painting. Now, I've got a skewer, just a regular wooden skewer out of my kitchen drawer, that you use for shish kebabs. And I'm just going to come in and make a little separation here to kind of create some petals in this painting. So this is going to take just a minute here for me to go around and do that. And what I'm doing is I'm dragging the white pillow paint through the paint to kind of create that look of petals. And I have a baby wipe in my other hand, so I want to wipe the end of that stick off every time, so that I'm starting with a clean stick when I dip it into the white. It's a little tricky for me because of my vision loss, that I struggle a little bit. When I'm looking at things from a distance, I'm seeing a big blur of color. And sometimes when I get to right here and I pick up the stick, there's paint on the end that may kind of drip and leave a string of paint through my color. And I usually can't see that at the time I'm doing it. And so I see it after the fact, and then it's too late, and there's nothing I can do about it. But it is what it is, So the rest of you probably are not going to have that issue. Now, I am going to flip my stick around to the pointy end. I think. Yeah. And I'm just going to, now I'm going to go into the color at the edge of the petal. And I'm just going to pull out a little swirly, little curly Q thing off of the edge of each petal. I don't know why I do this, but when I first started, I saw somebody do that, and it's just kind of stuck, and I do it. And just as a kind of a teaser, I tend to overwork things. I just can't stop. They look good, but I just think I can make it look better. So I just keep doing things. And that's a fault of mine. Now, most of this, honestly, is going to spin off. So I don't even know why I'm bothering wasting the time to do it, because most of it is going to just spin right off. But I think, it looks great right now. I wish sometimes I could just leave it and not have to spin it, but you can't do that, because if your paint is too thick, then as it dries, it's going to crack and craze, and we don't want that to happen in our paintings. So it's kind of hard for me to spin this one, because as I reach to grab the spinner, whoops, got to tilt it a little bit because I'm apparently off center again. And with my anal personality here, again, I like things to be symmetrical and not off center, but to me, it still looks like it's off center, but that's okay. But it's hard for me to grab underneath because this canvas completely covers my spinner table. It's a 12-inch spinner table, and I've got a 12-inch canvas. So sometimes I can't get my hand out of the way fast enough without the corner of the canvas hitting my hand as it starts to spin around. Spinning, spinning. I can't get a real good grip on that spinner to give it a good go. But at the same time, well, that was a good one. At the same time, I'm kind of scared to spin too fast because I don't have any kind of double-faced tape or anything on the back of this canvas to hold it on the spinner. And you have to be careful because, trust me, it will go flying. I have had it happen multiple times. And I've got to work this one a little bit more because I still have too much paint. I need it to spread out a little bit more, but I've got a really pretty design, and these colors look really pretty together, so I'm super, super happy with the color palette. I'm trying to blow a little bit, but the paint has spread out enough that it's not moving when I try to blow it with my mouth. So I'm going to come in here and try a couple of different tools. I have a big fat straw. Now I'm going to try to blow with the straw. The other problem with blowing with my mouth is when I have to get that close, there's a good possibility of me sticking my face or my hair, my nose, something down in the paint. So the straw is not really working for me. I'm not really digging that at all. So I'm going to come back with the world's tiniest leaf blower. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. There it is. And this has a special custom-made attachment on the end of it with a little bit wider tip. So I'm going to use that. I can get a little more concentrated blow with this than I can with the blow dryer. I was kind of scared to try to use my blow dryer again because it's either not enough on low or it's too much on high. So I just needed to get that a little bit closer to that corner just to try to help me get that symmetrical pattern that I was looking for. So this is such a handy little tool. I really love this little mini blow dryer. And this came from another artist friend of mine, Tracy Reed. And Tracy has an Etsy shop, Tracy Reed Designs. And she makes these custom attachments She has a 3D printer, so she makes those, and really reasonably priced. She sells the blowers too. So let's spin this just a little bit more. That was a good spin. Whew. That was crazy. That did not go flying off that spinner table. I am so happy with the way this bloom turned out. You can't really see it yet, but you will here in a minute when I give you a little close-up of the details and the cells that were created in this. I am loving this. Loving this. Anytime you use a pigment, especially a color shift pigment in your designs, it just adds so much. That shimmer is just incredible, and I wish the camera would pick it up. It really doesn't, but you'll get somewhat of an idea when we do the close-up. And somehow I have managed to move my canvas, my spinner table, off to the side, and we're not centered in the camera anymore, so I apologize for that. Probably when I picked it up to tilt it, I didn't set it back down quite right. I've got a couple of spots on the corner, and I know you really can't see what I'm doing here, but there were a couple of spots on the corner where I honestly did not have enough pillow paint down when I started, and so I've got kind of a wave of paint that's not moving. It's almost to the corner, but not quite. So I just added a little bit more pillow paint to the corner. Now I'm kind of blowing that around just a little bit on the corner there with my mini blower, just to try to get that paint to flow over the corner of my canvas. And let's see how we did with that. I'm going to have to probably spin that again. There we go. Spinning again to get that paint to move and have a more smooth look to it. Awesome. Okay, let's see. If you guys like what I'm doing here, this is new for me. And you know, it's a little bit of a challenge because I don't have anybody to help me with this. Editing is not my forte. The editing program is a little difficult for me to see. I have figured out how to do these voiceovers, but for the most part, editing is, it's a struggle. So you're pretty much always going to see the screw-ups in my videos because I don't know how to take them out. And I can't really tell what it is I'm doing right there. Not sure what I was doing right there. I was doing something. I can see my hand in there, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really like to. I don't really like to talk as I go because I get so focused on what I'm doing that I forget to talk. And so it's just easier for me to do the voiceover after the painting is done. Now, we're at that point where I'm overthinking this painting. And I think I can make it better. Excuse me. So, you're going to see here in a second what I'm going to do to screw up this painting. Now, when I say that, you know, the thing about fluid art is it is such a forgiving art form. You know, if I really hated this painting, I could scrape all that paint off right now and just start over. I could wait for this to dry and I can paint over the whole thing, which I do quite often. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know, you'll see when the video starts, it's one painting, but then I'm going to cover it up and do another painting over the top of it. This one, here's what I'm thinking, is that there's a space down at the bottom. It's over to the left side now in this shot, that it has a gap. And in my mind, my symmetrical mind, I don't like that gap. And so I want to try to fix that. Oops, I'm using that little blow dryer again. I think I'm trying to push pillow paint over another corner, I think is what I'm trying to do here. If I'd have the dang canvas in shot, then I'd be able to see what I'm doing, and you'd be able to see what I'm doing. But sadly, I didn't. So, but we'll be back here in just a second to where you can see how I'm going to screw this painting up. And I think I'm probably roaming around trying to find my supplies to screw up this painting. Okay. See that gap right down there at the bottom? Right in the center of the canvas, there's a white space down there. So I have that rose gold pigment in my hand. And I have a palette knife in my hand. And I'm dipping it in that rose gold. And I'm thinking I need some kind of a leafy, stemmy thing down there, because this kind of looks like a flower. So I want to do some kind of a stemmy thing. This was a mistake, y'all. I should not have done this, because this is a giant flower, and I have this little teeny tiny stemmy thing, which looks totally stupid. And I can't really see what the hell I'm doing, so it's not good. It's really not good. I should not try to do detail work because I can't. You know, I've been an artist all my life, and I always did acrylics and oil paintings and pen and inks and pencil etchings, and I was pretty good until I lost my vision. And now I can't see what the heck I'm doing. So I should not try to do these detail things. I don't ever use a brush anymore. My heart wants to so bad. I want to do those fine detail paintings. But I'm going to honestly tell you that as a traditional artist, I loved it, but it did not bring me the same joy that I get out of fluid art. This is so therapeutic for me. It has brought me so much independence and so much joy back into my life. And I love to share it with you guys. And I hope you enjoy what it is I'm doing. And if you do, please hit that subscribe button. Like the videos. Hit the notification bell. I'm trying to add videos as often as I can. You know, but like I said, editing is kind of hard for me. So it takes me a while to get these videos to where I feel like I can upload them. None of them are going to be perfect. I don't know how to do all the fancy stuff and, you know, put the intros in here that are all cool and music and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how to do that. I can't see the little buttons on the editing app to figure out how I transition from one shot to another and how I add those animated things in there. But, you know, It is what it is. Okay, now I've screwed this up. The good news is, once this painting is dry, completely dry, I'm going to come back in and get rid of that. I'm going to paint over that. I am going to get rid of that. So, no fears. I screwed it up for now, but I'm going to be able to fix it because, like I said, fluid art is very forgiving. There's a lot of things you can do differently, and that is one of the things I'm going to do differently with this particular canvas. So I'll come back in with the white pillow paint. I will just eliminate that rose gold, whatever that thing is that I'm putting on there right now. And you can see I'm down there close to it. I've got my magnifying glass trying to see what I'm doing. And it's hard to work through a magnifying glass. That's why I should not try to do detail stuff. But it is what it is. So you guys can laugh with me on this because that looks totally dumb. Totally dumb. But yeah, we're going to get rid of that. Now, I think we're probably just about ready here for some close-up shots of this. You guys, leave me a comment. Let me know if you like this color palette. I'm going to be honest with you. This is the first bloom that I've done on a canvas this size. I usually try to stick to my little 4-inch ceramic tiles. And I blow those out with my mouth, sometimes with my little mini blower. So I was a little bit scared to try to do this one with the hairdryer, but I'm pretty happy with it. Let me know what you think. If you have any comments, any suggestions, I'm always happy to hear those. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It helps us so much. Your support is so appreciated. And I just, I'm having fun with this YouTube channel, you guys. Okay. Look at those cells. Don't look at that gold thing. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Okay, this is on the edges here where this paint blended, and it's so soft and so pretty. And then we have some nice lacing up here. And I kind of got my symmetrical design. Just so pretty. I love how that darker burgundy and that darker denim blue color contrast with those lighter shades. I've got some cute, cute cells in the center there. Oh, I love those. Love, love, love those cells in the center. These are pretty cool up here at the top. And over here on the side, we've got a cluster that's just super cool too. Awesome. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. And let's paint a world filled with inspiration, hope, and love. See you next time.